Hey traders, I want to cover on a short-term basis on gold or silver, gold and silver. We're going to be looking at the gold and silver mining stocks as well too, and I'm going to be sharing something with you. Now, in the last few videos I've done, I want to clarify something when it comes to my long-term view and my short-term view when it comes to that. Plus, also going to be looking at Bitcoin and why Bitcoin has a lot more downside to come. Bitcoin crash is on its way. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, before I do start, people have asked me how I trade the markets. What sort of system do I use? So I'm running a free training today and it's going to be on my #1 trading system for the last 16 years. And I'm going to walk you through all the details, what markets I trade and how, and I'm going to walk you through it so you can start to apply it right now. If you go to johnsfreetraining.com, you can actually join up and see that free training and register for the free training right now. So johnsfreetraining.com, go to that, or there should be a link in the description. Now, I want to clarify something here when it comes to people that have seen my my gold, my silver, and also my gold and silver mining stocks as well too. And I want to clarify something here that is really important for you to understand. I do videos on all types of different scenarios. The first scenario would be, okay, this is what's likely to happen over the next 5 years. We're likely to see these things build up. And I know you guys, new little bumblebees out there, don't like seeing that. All right. So you're like, oh, 5 years time frame. Oh my goodness. You know, but as you know, big trends take time. It's just the way it is. So I do videos on the big picture on that, right? Big weekly charts. And then I might do some analysis like, okay, what may be coming up this week? What may be coming up right now? And so, for example, right now, when I'm looking at my gold, when I'm looking at my GDX and GDXJ, if I'm looking at this here, there's actually a really good possibility, there's actually a really good chance we're going to break a new low, this low that we had back here in December. There's actually a really good chance we're going to break that low. Now, whatever happens after that, it's going to be really interesting because it could present if we do end up breaking down, it's going to be really interesting to see if that is going to be a long-term bottom, and then we start to see the move up. So that's what I'm talking about here, guys. So whenever I'm doing my analysis, short term, we could see a drop for 2 or 3 weeks, but in 12 months from now, we could see this thing slingshot to the upside massively. My long-term projection is always up. All right, guys. So I'm long-term investing in the stock market. Long-term investing in gold and silver and so on and so forth. But on the short term, I can't be oblivious to the short-term moves. So that's why gold and silver and the mining stocks, I do see a continuation of a pullback, and we may get a pullback and may get a flush down towards the lows. Moving over through to the GDX as well too, the same sort of thing as well too. We've got this low period through here, and there's a really good probability that we're going to roll over and we're going to start to break below these lows through here. So that's what I'm seeing when it comes to the gold and gold mining stocks and so on and so forth. That's what I'm seeing through there. And so once we can identify that, just because I'm bearish right now on this week, doesn't mean we can go down for 2 or 3 weeks or even for a month. And then suddenly 12 months from now, we're making all-time new highs. See what I'm saying there? So that's what I'm looking at there. We're looking at, that's what's happening. And I'll share what I see what's happening with Bitcoin as well too. Now moving over now through to, if I move over now through to say gold and silver, actually let me start with the silver juniors. And silver juniors are really sort of stuck in this possibly a bit of a triangle pattern through here. We've got this bit of resistance through here and we're having a bit of breakdown. So the way this is working, we actually may get a bit of a drop to the downside and a bit of a free fall. So again, I'm seeing a lot of bearishness happening across the silver juniors. But again, it's going to be really interesting to see whether we do hold here or whether we break down. And the same for the silver stocks as well. So the silver stocks that we're seeing and what's happening right now, they're a bit more bullish than we are with the gold stocks. But we really want to see these things hold up strongly here and continue to rally from here. If we don't, and if we break down from here, then if we break down out of this, then we're likely to continue to free fall for a while when it comes to that. So looking at the gold and silver market, let's have a look at gold. Gold right now is actually stuck in a triangle pattern, and once again, this too could also be getting ready for a bit of a thumpy on the downside. it's really interesting. Which way does gold break? Because we've got this resistance coming down through here, right? That resistance bar through there. And then we have this long-term sort of support level coming up through here. So we're sort of just stuck in this over. As you can see, we're really stuck in this sort of triangle pattern, apex, whatever you want to call it, right? We're stuck through there. And as you can see, we're really here. So do we break up and out? If we do, then we're likely to continue up. If we break below this level through here, then we're likely to continue down. And I always get a little smart ass comment saying, oh, if it breaks up, it's going to go up. Yep. If it breaks down, it's going to go down. Little pumpkin. Trading is all about waiting for probabilities, okay? And you don't just jump in because you think it's going to happen. Waiting for a breakout is going to give you a probability of that direction moving forward. People always say that. Anyway, moving over now through to silver. And silver's really interesting as well too. Silver's just one of those things that, look at all this sideways movement. Man, when silver does break, and we're talking about like a break to the upside, guys, silver's going to go absolutely ballistic because look at all this time through here. Absolutely crazy. All this massive amount of time, which means just look at all this sideways movement. This is energy being built in the market. And once we break, we're likely to break hard. Now, let me walk you through something that I've been noticing on Bitcoin. The reason why I see a lot more downside to come, and I'm doing this for my private clients today as well too. And I was actually sharing this with my private clients, so I want to share it with you. Looking on the smaller time frame, such as the 2-hour chart, look what Bitcoin has been forming. A big, massive head and shoulder formation. We have a shoulder here, we have the head here, we have a shoulder here, and then we have the neckline coming up through here as well too. So we have this neckline. And the projection of this neckline, if you use the top of the head down to the support line, and then you project that out, you project that on the gap out, on the breakout, and you can see that Bitcoin right now on a head and shoulder projection target, and it's already breaking down, is indeed around that 24,000 level. Now, the really interesting thing about this projection of where Bitcoin's likely to go, it's likely to get down to 24,000, and the high was 42. That's a $20,000 drop. Holy dolly. The interesting thing about this projected target based on this pattern, and you can see not only was it that, but it was also, as you can see, we also had a bit of a triangle pattern as well too, a bit of a triangle pattern sort of breakout level through there. So we had a head and shoulder formation built in with a triangle pattern, and now we're just continuing down from here. So very, very, very bearish pattern. Bitcoin is likely to continue to get hammered, guys. So if you guys are long Bitcoin, it may hold here, but as a massive, I'd say 90% or 80% probability we're going to continue to get down towards the 24, maybe even break that as well too. But the really interesting thing about Bitcoin is if I squeeze my charts up here for a minute, look at this long-term support line. This long-term support line that I've got in the market, we have a starter point, then we have bounce 1, bounce 2, bounce 3. And look where the exact projected target right there is also what? This long-term support line. So it looks like X marks the spot around that $24,000 level. Long-term major support line and the projected target on that. You can see it's actually where we're even starting to get hammered right now. As you can see, let me go to that hourly chart, and you can see what's happening with Bitcoin right now. We just continue to, and look what happened here, right? We broke out, we went sideways, and now we actually broke down after breaking out of this pattern, and now we just continue to make a free fall. So once again, I do see Bitcoin continuing down through to around about that low 20s, just like Bitcoin does. And that's where I did a video 2 weeks ago saying that I think we're getting towards the top soon. I don't know when, but don't be buying right now. And this thing is just continuing to free fall. And again, when I see right now we're in the low 20s, low 30s, I see at least another $8,000 to $10,000 drop coming out of Bitcoin. So that's what I want to share there, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Also, guys, make sure you join my free training. And on that free training, I'm going to teach you exactly how I trade the markets. What is my number one most powerful trading system I trade, and how you can trade it on the crypto market, the stock market. I trade options with it as well too. Futures market, no matter what market you're looking at there. And whether you want to scalp it for short-term trades or have long-term investing trades, you can use the exact same system. I'm going to share with you exactly how that works. So if you do need help with your trading right now and you're confused, go to johnsfreetraining.com, register for my next free training, and I'll see you guys over there. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you guys real soon.